struck down.
Well, this isn't how you want to start the week.
We're tripping out,
When you say it's tripping, what's tripping?
but we have a surprising bounce back.
Well, that just goes to show when you miss out, you've got to make sure and conduct yourself in the right way. Just had a very out of the blue call.
Monthly meeting day. You know I pay your wages, right? And we're performing vanishing acts. It's all go in episode 65 of Behind the Cleans. So let's not hang around and check it out. I'm Lee, this is Vapor Clean. Let's see Behind the Cleans.
Well, this isn't how you want to start the week. Feeling like absolute rubbish. So working from home today to make sure that we don't spread it around the office. Sian, as part of the customer service team, has been sent home this morning as well because she also feels poorly. So, and what we've got to think about is we don't want those germs spreading around the office and basically causing a knock-on effect throughout multiple members of the team. So I said I'd work from home. I've messaged Kim. Kim said, obviously filled me in, that's what's happened. And this week is going to be a crazy, crazy week. So obviously we visited the new sites on Friday. If you haven't seen that episode, click the link above, go and check that one out. Visited those sites on Friday, which we're really positive about. It's great to have such a fantastic site on board. And obviously then we've got the other building that they want us to take on as well. But they want us to do it very, very quickly. And we've got Ashley on annual leave from Friday this week. So we've literally got about 3 days to get it up and running and going from there. So need to get lots of paperwork off over to the client this morning. So I'm going to get on that. Need to liaise with Ashley to make sure we've got everything in place to go on and get that done. And we need to head on. So it's going to be a busy week. Yeah. Got to muddle through when your brain's a little bit foggy and you're feeling like rubbish. But I'm just going to do that from home and we'll get there eventually. Keep watching though, because we've got lots happening this week. Oh, new technician starting tomorrow. Monthly meeting on Thursday. Crazy.
Beecham Lodge. Going up. All communal areas, hallway, stairs, shawns, 3 floors. So the ground floor, it's got the reception area, hallway, and the upholstery items are all cleaned. And this is the second floor. It goes all the way around. The third floor is much smaller. It continues all the way down there, like a horseshoe shape. We're cleaning out the carpet machines up. The communal area cleans include store cupboards. Unfortunately, not entirely sure what this is. Maybe some kind of view. Second floor done. So this landing space. And the stairs. This landing's already been done. And this first stairs, this landing, and then we'll start on this first floor along here.
Hello.
Hi, George, you alright? Oh, you're breaking up.
Wait, hang on, let me try and get some web signal. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Brilliant. Right, so have you been told about anything or?
I'm not in the office, mate. I'm at home off sick, but well, I'm not off. I'm working from home.
Sorry, mate, sorry.
No, I'm working. It's fine. I'm working.
Okay.
I'm just I'm not in the office.
So we're doing an extractor fan, right? We've done everything that I would normally do. Clean the fan, took the exit off, clean the fan, blah blah blah. But when we came to do the airflow for the last reading, we turned it on and it kept tripping the fan. Obviously, we haven't done the airflow reading because we can't do the tripping there. So me and Steve's gone back out to the fan, just double checked everything, and basically it's still tripping. Have you got any ideas what I can try and do?
When you say it's tripping, what's tripping? The electrics or?
It's the electrics, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The fan's located outside, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and it's pissing down the rain.
It's absolutely but we did cover the fans, but it needed cleaning, otherwise I would have quite happy wrote couldn't clean due to the weather.
Likelihood is either you've got a loose wire, which has caused something to touch, or water's got into the electrics, into the electric box, because there's normally a box on the side of the fan. That box on the side, quite often, sometimes that it might just be a little bit broken, it might not seal properly or something like that, and when it's in situ it's fine, but then when we move it, because of the angle or whatever, the water gets into it, and then it tends to make it arc out, basically.
What's my solution?
I mean, you've got to be very careful. So number one, you need to make sure everything is completely isolated. The only other thing then is basically what you can do is try and trace any wiring back to see if you can find a loose wire. You can potentially, if you can cover, and I mean, you need something plastic or something like that, probably a plastic sheet or something. But if you can cover it, you can potentially just take the cap off of the fan, off of that electric box, and just see if there's a loose wire in there. See if there is any wire in there, and try and dry it out. If not, we're into the fact we've got to get an electrician out, I'm afraid.
What am I saying to the customer? Because obviously it's going to impact the customers and stuff. He hasn't got a working system, so what's my next move?
We have to investigate. You've got to be honest with him, George. You've literally just got to say, look, that there's obviously, we're kind of guessing, but we're putting two and two together that because of the rain, we've had to remove the fan because it was dangerous as it was. It needed cleaning. When we've moved the fan, we think it could have let some water into the electrics. We've got a responsibility to stay there and investigate as much as we can. Ultimately, the decision's on him as if he wants to get an electrician out. The sooner he does that, the sooner he's likely to get a back up and running. But obviously, we'll only stand liable for any cost of that if we've caused damage. If there's a pre-existing damage there, then it's a bit different. But it depends how much of a hurry he is to get open. If he's in a real hurry to get open and he wants to get someone out and go from there, I mean, it probably isn't going to take you that long just to run a little bit of electrics back. You're not an electrician. You can only do so much.
So Steve's just run out to me, and it's been running on one for about 5 minutes. But if he goes any more than one, it's tripping.
Oh, what, on the speed controller?
The speed controller, yeah.
Then it could be a fault with the speed controller.
That's fine. Let me go speak to the customer, explain everything, and then I'll keep you updated on what's. All right, no problem, Lee. Thank you very much.
No worries. All right, see you later, George.
See you go well. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye. Well, that just goes to show when you miss out, you've got to make sure and conduct yourself in the right way. Just had a very out of the blue call from the company that we were tendering for all the external work for. If you haven't seen that one, click the link above. Basically, they've got a situation which means they've got to pull the contract from the actual winning company, and we come in second. To use their words, there was a paper width between the two anyway, so they went with the other one, which was very, very disappointing at the time. We were absolutely gutted, but now they've called and they want to revisit because they have to pull it from the other contractor. They haven't been able to deliver, or I'm not exactly sure of the exact details. I don't know, they can't tell me, but basically they want to revisit and they're considering us. So, well, they're not considering us, they want us to do it, which is just awesome. I'm obviously still not well at all, so I'm going to ring Danny and Kim as well and just let them know.
It's Wednesday the 25th of September. I'm heading into the office this morning. Still debating in my own head whether or not I should be. I'm not feeling 100%, but feeling enough that I should be going in. But it's the age-old argument of, are you gonna spread it? Now, I believe that I'm at the stage I'm not. I'm still at that point. I'm just not quite 100% myself, still just feeling a bit weak. Otherwise, I wouldn't be going in. But we'll see what sort of reaction I get from there, because if I stay home, I'm less productive. I've run out of things that I can do from home at the moment that are actually worthwhile doing. So it would literally be a point where I've got to stop and not do anything, which that's not me. Can't do that. So I'm going to head in. I'm going to get some stuff done. We'll see what the team are doing, how they're getting on, and we'll go from there. Just literally had the email back. So that's really nice to have. I would tell my face, but
you're not in the mood, I get it.
Not feeling it.
We're
at a bit of an angle down here, though, aren't we?
I know, it's like less room. Daddy.
I need to get a better angle, I think. Yeah, then.
Try? Do you reckon we could?
Can you imagine that when that hits the floor?
Oh, do you know, actually, yeah, just in case it, goes everywhere.
I'm really glad that I come back into the office this morning. It's nice to be back in the office as well. I'm still not 100%. You can probably hear it in my voice. Paracetamol's starting to wear off, so I'm feeling it a little bit more. But it's nice to be back in and see what's going on and be involved in everything. The only thing that's kind of bothering me, and it has been for the last couple of weeks, is just how much hard work it is to close these sales and get customers booked in and stuff. I think everyone is just really nervous at the moment. I'm hoping it's going to try and kind of sort itself out once we get the new budget out next month or in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, everything feels like we're just wading through mud at the moment, and it's much harder work. Obviously, all we can do about that is try and improve the processes that we're doing, and increase our marketing, look at our marketing and stuff like that, try and get more leads. But mainly it's just help our customers. That's the biggest thing. We want to make sure that we're helping our customers and they're getting what they need from us. But ultimately, when it comes down to them just being careful with their money, there's only so much you can do. Business is business at the end of the day. We have to cover our costs as much as they have to cover theirs. And if they've only got a limited budget, they've only got a limited budget. So yeah, it's frustrating because I'm seeing how hard the team are working, and normally in slightly easier times, obviously we'd be absolutely smashing it. We're still hitting targets. Obviously August was best month ever. Don't have the results for September yet because we're not out, but I believe we are going to be a bit down in September. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be nice to kind of get to the other side of that in October and get back up to a record month again, or at least in the right direction. I'm not saying that we're not, but I suppose that's the curse of being an entrepreneur. You can't take your eyes off it. You just always constantly looking for improvement. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in. We'll see.
St Werburgh's Primary School today doing upholstery cleaning. The school wanted all their soft cushions, chairs done, and sofas and seats. So it's all fresh for the new term. Jordan's just strapped in all the dirt after we pre-sprayed and brushed with the chemical.
So disappointing, just got off of the phone with the customer that we were trying to retain. Now, they've stressed that this is no difference on the relationship and it was a difficult decision to make, but unfortunately they've purely gone on cost, and they're going to see how it goes because they're in the same sort of feeling as us, as just because the cost is low, that could mean that they don't get the standards that they require. So, but they've chosen to go with another provider. Basically, they require a service within this new restaurant that they don't require in the others, and the company that are providing this new service are essentially providing the cleaning as well. And they've done it on a, in their words, massive discount that they feel they'd be silly not to at least trial. So they've said, bear with us because you are amazing over at the other site, and we may decide to move across to you within the next few weeks anyway. Disappointing, frustrating, and in one hand I hope it goes well for them because I don't want it to fail, but then on the other hand I hope it doesn't go well for them because then it means they'll come back to us and they'll use us. But yeah, disappointing. Kind of double-edged sword because we've won one today but we haven't won the other one today. We had 7 quotes out and so far we have won 3, lost 2, and we've got 2 left. So let's see which way we go. Stout chicken. Matt asked me to try it. I have.
What the fuck?
I've been ill, so I'm recovering now.
Every time somebody eats something in this, she's like, what are you eating now?
Yeah, I know.
What are you eating now? What are you eating now? Like,
I'm eating through you people, guys.
You know, it would be better if you just ate yourself. Yeah. Daddy, stop running away. I can go and get fittings now. Is that easier?
Yes, please.
All right.
You're laughing at me.
That's all I needed to know.
Chicken.
Get back in your box.
What? What? What are you doing?
Downstairs and we ain't got lambs catching. Save the chicken.
You know I pay your wages, right? I'm going to go and get my truck, and then I'm going to chuck some wands and shit in my truck.
Chance we can have a new tripod.
That means we'll have a spare wand and a spare detail wand. So it's monthly meeting day. As you can see, it's already mayhem. I'm having to shoot out to the manufacturers of our carpet machines because we've got a couple of leaky triggers and things like that. It's all wear and tear. It's stuff that is just wearing out over usage, but we have a bit of a problem with actually getting it fixed at the moment, and that's causing a lot of inefficiencies, which doesn't sit well with me. So we're going to be working on that and getting that sorted. But I can go and get these bits and pieces, fix all these problems today, and then what I'm going to do is make sure we've got a couple of spares in stock as well. So it's just dealt with long term, not just short term, because we just need to make sure that this stuff is done and dusted and sorted, rather than it keep dragging on and on and on. So we're going to do that, we'll go back, we'll get it fitted, and then we'll have a good chat with the team. So we'll start with the good news that August was literally our best month ever. So we had a good run of beating that. We were, on the specialist side, 124% towards target. So essentially 24% over target in August, which is amazing. Really, really good. So well done for everyone for that. I think there's obviously a few factors that have played into that. August is always one of our busiest months of the year, so that helps. But, you know, just lots of really good stuff happening in August, basically. September, although we're not out of September, we may as well be. We're very close to the month. It's unusual for us to have our monthly meeting this late. Now, we're not going to be 124%. We are below. So we've missed target this month. Now, it's not unusual in September, but there are some things we can learn from it.
When it comes to unpaid revisits, that is when you've made a mistake on site, whether it's intentional, unintentional, whatever it is. So that is doing an oven, hob and extractor and not doing the extractor well enough. That is you doing a carpet clean and we weren't aware that you had an issue with the machine, so we didn't know, and whatever that is. So we will ask for your before and after photos. If we can't see them on OneDrive, we will do the investigation on our side. and try to figure out if we just haven't delivered. Basically, we will try and figure that out for you.
And the way I always see it is I'd rather spend 10, 15, 20 minutes extra at that job, paid for it. So obviously everyone runs over, everyone cuts short, there's swings and roundabouts, like the boss would say. You get early days, you get late days. I mean, 10, 20 minutes is justifiable to go over on a job. Kinda, well, yeah, would you say? But if you're going over 10, 15 minutes on, not every job, obviously.
What I always say is, look, if you're gonna overrun, if you need to overrun, you need to overrun. If it becomes a pattern, then we'll investigate why. Because as far as we're concerned, the timings that we set on a job are set for good reason, and they're not just done randomly. It's done with planning. So either we've got our timings wrong, or potentially we need to look into some further training. But yeah, if you need to overrun, you need to overrun.
Had to do a proper clean in Weston, as you can see, is quite badly stained. Pen or paint, some sort of a coloured ink. Got a few bad patches. So we're going to see how we get on. Hopefully a couple nice. This is the end result of the carpet clean. As you can see, the two big stains disappeared. Managed to get out 99% of all stains. Customer's very happy. Another job well done.
Cleaners don't have to worry about the weather, it's not going to affect them, it's all inside, so they can get on. Yeah, think that? You're wrong. We've had an absolute nightmare this morning. All the bad weather, not you know it now, because the sun has come out, the skies have cleared, but all the bad weather's caused absolute chaos on the road. So all the technicians have had a nightmare getting to where they've got to get to. We've got the M5 completely flooded, and just a complete and utter headache. Luckily, we've been able to navigate round, and we've got to where we needed to be, and everything's getting done. It just means it's impacting everyone's days. So luckily, we spotted it quite early, and the technicians are up and about, so message out on the group chat. When I saw it at 5 o'clock, and then a few of them picked up on it a little bit early, and they knew they had to head off a little bit early as well. So I don't think we were particularly late anywhere, but it has impacted their day. Jordan's got a little bit of a nightmare on one of his carpet jobs, because customers used the horrible Dr. Beckman carpet cleaner. And basically he's cleaning the carpet and it's causing loads of foam up. We had that issue a couple of weeks ago, and obviously it cost us £500 in damage, even though the job was only like 125 quid or whatever it was. So Jordan's having to be very, very careful with what he's doing. Good thing is, he's actually training the new technician. So yeah, it's good training, if nothing else, of exactly how to mitigate that issue and prevent it happening again. But there we go. We've also got Matt in the office today. He's covering for Ashley, because Ashley's on annual leave today and into next week. That's contracts manager Ashley. So he's covering for her today, and then we have the new sites starting up in 2 weeks' time. So we've got next week, we're having to start them really, really quickly. Being an events venue, receiving a poor service from their current cleaners impacts on their bookings and obviously how their customers are feeling about using the venue. And obviously they're having to then top up their own cleaning using their own people. So they really needed them out of there as quickly as possible. So we're having to turn this around really, really fast to make sure we get it done and start as we need to go on as well. So confirming all the plans for that today, getting everything in place. A few things to do next week as well, to make sure it's all up and running on Monday the 7th of October. I can't believe it'll be Monday the 7th of October already. So yeah, crazy busy day. Lots to do to finish up the week, but let's get it done and get finished up.
Here we are in sunny Cheltenham today. The Pheasant Pub, kitchen extract fan clean. See how we go. Much better improvement now. A lot cleaner.
So that's it for another week. Thank you very much for watching, and please do click the subscribe button below, turn on that notification bell. We do have those 2 new sites coming to you shortly. Next week we've got lots going on, and we've got that meeting back again for that external tender. So don't miss everything that is coming up, and we hope to see you next week behind the cleans.